Originally, I wanted to open a jewelry store at a mall, like a typical traditional jewelry store with jewelry all over the showcases and all of that. And I thought to myself, I'm like, well, this whole eBay thing is working, this online thing is working. I think the trajectory of this is more towards the future. Why will I invest all this money or limited amount of resources that we had at the time into something that may not work? So I went 100%, I went all in online. And that's pretty much what we did. We eventually grew the business to a point where I said, hey, to Linda, I need help. I don't know if I could do this anymore. Take pictures, post it, emails, customer service, and send out, USPS and print labels, and waking up in the middle of the night to answer a customer or whatever. And I asked her, hey, I know we're still getting out of recession, but you want to quit your job? You want to quit your job? And mind you, she was making very good money. Like my wife, she knows, she kills it in the corporate world. Okay, so and she's like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "Yeah, I think."
It was very likely that he was going to stick to owning his own business. Whether or not I am going to be supporting him or doing things in my corporate career path. I would lie if I said, oh no, I wouldn't want to leave my corporate job so that I could be home and hang out with him. That's what more is in my head, like yay, I get to hang out with my husband. It's like I mean, I don't even think of him as my husband. Sometimes I get excited, I'm like, it's like hanging out with your boyfriend, I'm not supposed to. And so when I did it, I'm like, okay, but really, as much as I want to think of it in that light and happy thought, I'm a very hard worker, and I actually am very committed. And once I'm committed, it's almost like I eat, live, breathe. Everything is on my mind about how to improve. How do we make it better? How do we have to be better. And when he asked me, I said, okay, that means it's only going to get better. Because I refuse to let us committing so much into something and let it go awry. Like it cannot happen. We're just not that type of people. So that's what happened. I got really excited, nervous, but I never felt like it was something that we can do well. So it's always, I always knew if I committed with him, as long as he has that vision, it's definitely gonna go places.
I told her, it's now or never, right? We're still young, and our kid is still young. It's now or never.
It became a no-brainer because I don't think anyone else was better for the job. And I know, okay, it sounds like I'm just saying that, but I really feel that because I don't think, naturally, no one's gonna have your best interest other than yourself. And I love him, and we've been together and partners in so many things at such a young age. I don't even think that I can actually make decisions without involving him and getting his feedback. And we're lucky because we share a lot of very, very parallel viewpoints. But where we're different, we really respect each other's differences. But at the end of the day, for me, I love the fact that I get to be a person that has very strong opinions, that has someone around me to either support or kind of tell me like his honest opinion about something, and I'll take it, I'll take it really into consideration. But I trust that he also has my best interest, so vice versa. I think it just works when you have that in common.
I would say I excelled more on the sales and marketing side. She definitely excels more on the operational side. So she was able to take over all the shipments. She made it look nicer. She made it look better. She made it more, way more continuity. She made it look way more professional. I'm more of the marketing side, and to make sure that and then on top of that, the customer service side, to make sure that customers are happy with us and those type of things. And eventually that grew the business, and then eBay got to the point where I said, hey, why are we dependent on a third-party company? Why can't we create our own website? And so that's exactly what we did. We jumped on eBay and then Etsy, and then we opened our own website. And at that time I was thinking, okay, well, what should we call it? At first I called it, well, we're in the Moissanite business, one would call it Moissanite Brilliance, right?
We were in a kitchen at night. He was leaning against the counter. He was facing me, and I was leaning against the fridge. And he said Moissanite Brilliant, and I said, what about Fire and Brilliance?
And then I was like, genius. That's ridiculously genius, you know?
And then honestly, you know, I have a lot of things I say to him, but this was the one that he actually responded with, I really like it. I really like it.
My limited skills in graphic designs and all that, I just came up with a few fonts and we made it into like kind of like a sky blue color, and that's the same design that it is now. We've made a few tweaks to it, but it's just been the same for the last 5 years since we were doing this out of our house. And so yeah, Fire and Brilliance is actually created, the title, the name of the company, and everything that's been built until now. So it's actually been built through the idea of my wife, Linda.
And then, yeah, then the rest is history. Here we are, we're still Fire and Brilliance, and I love it. I love it. And then when I found out that Game of Thrones had fire and ice, that was pretty cool.